Hey you guys, this is Jen. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that this is going to work. Somebody asked me to do a tutorial on how I prepare my books for, doing altered books. And I've never really done anything like this before, so hopefully I won't totally screw it up. But if I do, then just skip looking at it. Okay, this is my desk. It's a total mess, but I didn't really want to go to all the trouble to clean everything up. So, this is the book that I'm going to show you how to do. It's really easy. There's not that much to it. A little bit time consuming. When I start a book, I leave maybe the first 6 or 8 pages in the front. It keeps the spine from being quite so compromised. And if there's any illustrations you want or something like that, you can, like stagger the number of pages. It doesn't have to be exact. So I keep about 6 or 7 pages in the front and the back, and I don't mess with those. And then I get a piece of something firm. It can be a piece of cardboard. This happens to be an old piece of some kind of, I don't know, late playtex, something or other. I don't know what it is, but it works. And a straight edge ruler will work, but I find that if I get something that you can cut into, I definitely will cut into it. So then you need a sharp razor blade. I cannot stress this enough. The sharper it is, the better, because if you get a dull one, it's going to tear your pages. And you want to get as close to the, the middle of the book as you can, the binding, without, cutting through the other pages or the binding. And then when you do go ahead and cut it, you're going to have a little tiny bit of stuff left over, and that's okay, because I usually end up putting those 2 pages together either as a pocket or else to reinforce the strength of that page if I'm going to put something heavier on it. So, okay, basically, I put like an even number. I leave like maybe 4 pages. We're just going to pretend like this is where we're starting. So I count like 4 pages. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And those I'm keeping. And the reason I do like 4 is so that if I want to make a pocket, or if I want to put the pages together, if the book has real thin paper, I usually glue 2 pages together so that it holds up better. So that's why I do usually an even number. You can do 3, you can do 5, you can do whatever you want. And then the next ones, I will count out anywhere from 8 to 10. And this depends on how big you want your journal to be. If you want a lot of pages in it, then take out fewer pages. If you want less pages in it, then take out more. I always find that you can take out more later, so it's better to err on the side of taking out fewer pages now, and then as you proceed with your book, if you find that it's too thick, it's easy to cut out some extra pages. So I take out about 10 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I put the straight edge in here up as close as I can to the spine and kind of hold it. Take the lid off of your sharp razor blade, and then you just cut, as firmly as you can along the spine so that you get a nice straight cut without going into the, especially if it's a sewn binding, you don't want to break the strings. And sometimes it goes through all of the layers and sometimes it doesn't. Looks like I got through more than half probably. So you take out the ones that you've cut. That one didn't come out very well. Save your pages for all kinds of other stuff, that you can use them for. I've got so many book pages around here, it's not even funny. And then go ahead and cut what's left, what didn't cut through the first time. And there you go. And sometimes, this is an older book, so the pages are a little bit more brittle, and sometimes you get, a little bit more of this kind of stuff. But that's not a big problem, because when I get that page done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the page before and the page after, and I'm either going to glue them together to where, you can't even see where you cut, or I'll fold this one down maybe and, glue part of it together, and it'll make like a pocket for my book or whatever. So you just keep going through the whole book, skipping like 4 pages, cutting out like 8 to 10 pages until you get to the back where you have about 6 or 7 pages left, and then you don't do anymore. You just leave those the way they are. And, it is time consuming a little bit, but it goes pretty quickly once you get started. And if you have illustrations that you want to save, you can cut around those. Like, say this is supposed to be your fourth, or this is your 4th page, and you're supposed to start cutting here, but you want to save that, just skip it. It's no exact science. You can have as many pages as you want, and then when you get done, you'll see that when you close your book, well, I didn't really take out enough pages to see this, but you can see where there's going to be extra room, and by the time you get all the pages cut out, there's a lot of gaps in here, and that is what you want, because that's what you're going to add your embellishments and stuff, so it's going to get fatter. So, I hope this answered some of your questions, and, I realize it wasn't real in-depth, but that's what I do, and then the fun part is the decorating, and that comes next, and you just go with whatever you want. So, I just wanted to give you a little peek at what I do. If you have any questions, put them down at the bottom, and I'll try to answer them later. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye.